Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Star Agent Starco Gaming here, back with another Marvel 3-5 video. Guys, make sure to check the description below the video for the link to our giveaways, and don't forget to hit the sub and the like button to show your support to the channel. So guys, it is time for our weekly roster review. We do that every week. Well, we try to with the update. We are a little bit delayed this week, which means we're going to be skipping the next Thursday roster review. We're going to do it in a week and a half, pretty much. So, guys, if you want to get your roster reviewed, is a pretty simple. You go in the description below the video, you click on the Discord link, join the Discord server. Then once you get to the Discord server, you're going to be in that channel. You go down to the MFF roster review channel, you pop your IGN with your question, and we're gonna look you up when we do this video. Pretty much it's that simple, guys. And with that said, let's get started with the first one. I would like you to review my roster IGN under Rose 98. So let's get started with that, guys. I'm going to try to not lose too much time because this tends to be a very long video usually. And I'm already there. Recommended, paste, and let's get going here. So first thing we're going to check is the cards. All cards effect. Attack speed is heavily lacking. The rest is actually pretty decent. Good in your defense, good cooldown, but the attack speed really need a lot of work here. So let's take a quick look at those cards. We got this card. This card is actually pretty decent. This card, I think that's actually the first one. Let's see this card. Pretty good roll on it. This one has pretty good roll on it. Now this one needs to be re-roll. I think if you re-roll this card, you can get attack speed on it. And I will honestly re-roll this cards to get attack speed on it too. You really need to get that 15% attack speed to be able to perform properly. So obviously this one needs to be re-roll, and this one I do like the all attack on it, but the attack speed is very lacking. I think those are the only two cards that actually has room to be improved here. Now, if we take a look at the roster tier 3, we are missing Luna Snow here, but do we get, yeah, we get the paywall character. So Luna Snow she'll be your next tier 3 characters. Luna Snow, then Captain Marvel, then Thanos. That will be my order here. Maybe Thanos before Captain Marvel. Yeah, Thanos before Captain Marvel if you really want to pay that 1600 CCF, but Luna Snow is #1 priority here. If we look at the character missing for tier 2 here, we have, I don't know yet, I gotta scroll down. And Nebula is actually a very good tier 2 with the new uniform. Very great. Other than that, White Fox needs to be tier 2 for tier 2 passive. The strongest tier 2 passive in the game for people with leadership ability. Victorious actually gets replaced with the new uniform in Lance Battle Extreme by Thanos, so she's not a must anymore. Still very good paywall characters to get there up there. Minerva is the top characters for female supervillain and female combat, so I highly recommend you to get the uniform for Minerva and get her to tier 2. And then that pretty much, oh, we got Valkyrie. Valkyrie needs to get up to tier 2 eventually too. So those are actually the things you gotta work on, buddy. On the Ruse 98. Once you get some work done, come back to me and we can try to help you a little bit more. So let's move to the next one, Lord SO2, a Star Agent Starco. Since this one will be after Endgame update, I'll like another roster review on my account. Who to tier 3, Luna or Thanos? Thanos gears max, Luna gears needs work. 1502 CCF for right now, still haven't changed cards. And IGN and Lord SO2. So let's go take a quick look at what you have. Well, your cards then what tier 3 you currently have right now to see what will be the best to improve here. So first, cards. Cards. Um, Still need to fix that attack speed a little bit and drop a little bit of cooldown, obviously. Um, like I told you, it's pretty much building another Loki cards with attack speed on it that will actually fix your stuff. Attack speed and energy attack is my recommendation. That is good. That is good. That is good, and that is good. So yeah, it's really that Loki card. If if it's level 7, you got minor resist, energy defense, and a useless plus on that card. So it's not the best roll at all. I highly recommend you to get attack speed on the new Loki cards with energy attack. Energy attack is more important than physical attack in my opinion. And now if we look at your roster, so priority number 1, Luna Snow. Priority number 2, that was actually quite difficult. You kind of got 3 of the top 5 here with Captain, Sharon, and Deadpool. So number 1 is Luna Snow. Then after that, Thanos will be a good option to be your tier 3 number 6. Yeah, I feel like either Thanos or Captain Marvel. Although you could do, since you do have almost 1600 CCF, you could do this week pretty much, or next week. Well, next week. Be up to Captain Marvel and Luna Snow, 2 tier 3 for the price of Thanos. I think it's more important than getting Thanos. Thanos is very expensive, and I think that people should work on their most important tier 3. The one that's going to cover more ground than before they actually get Thanos as tier 3. That's my take on this thing here. And now if we go down here, let's take a quick look at those tier 2. Strife should be a big target for you to work on. You don't have tier 3 Magneto, so he's your best for blast villain, plus he's a top 3 character for PvP, maybe top 5 now with Thanos getting number 1 spot now. After that we have Iron Man. I actually recommend you to get his latest suit. The upgrade from the Infinity War suit to the Endgame suit is not that big, but it looks like you don't even have that. So I recommend you to get the latest suit and get this guy to tier 2. Very great tier 2, for that actually. This suit is disappointing, but it's still an upgrade from the Infinity War. Still make this guy viable. Other than that, what we have here, Magic tier 2 if you get an X-Gene sub. This girl with uniform, amazing tier 2. We are scrolling down. Okay, we're gonna go back up. I did not pay attention to one thing. We're gonna go back up and see. Okay, you got Ronin, so that's good. You should actually put an obelisk on this guy. Obviously, a damage process, very, very, very important. This guy is awesome. So that's pretty much what I will work on your roster if I were you, Lord SO2. Next, guys, we have Snow Forehead. Hey, again, needs tips. Tier 2 selector coming its way next week. Thanks. Okay, let's take a quick look at that, buddy. I just helped you for your cards and you're still working on that, so I'm not gonna check your cards again. We checked you in the previous roster review, if I'm not mistaken, so we're good. Now, tier 2 selector. Tier 2 selector. Pretty much what you want to do with the tier 2 selector, you want to take a character that is not farmable and that is not 6 stars as much as possible, because your characters to 6 stars doesn't cost that much to get to tier 2. So let's take a quick look at what you have that is not 6 stars here that can be upgraded with the tier 2 select ticket. We have I don't know yet. Well, Nebula comes with Rift, but you need the uniform, so maybe not. This guy is easily farmable. Okay. So since you don't really have any good targets down there, well, you can have good target, but to get all those characters to 6 stars, actually pretty good. I'll actually here, she's getting close enough. Don't need to just use your biometric selector on her when you get them. Urchin will be a very good target for a tier 2 selector. That will be my number 1 choice, and that here will be my number 2 choice. So I'll go with Shuri to tier 2 and Human Torch to tier 2 if I were you with those selector, in my opinion, buddy. Okay, next guys, we have Zelda Pool. I'd like to know which tier 3 to work on next. Currently building up Tennis, also due to new shadowing update. Which of my non-geared Obelisk and just 6 stars should I work? Currently working on rerolling Thor Loki card. Okay, and that's a lot of question. Now, if you have specific question about Obelisk on characters, that you can ask in the regular chat here. Because that's too complex for a roster review, makes those videos way too long. I don't want to be talking here and record a video for you to watch that will last 2-3 hours for that. So if you have specific question like that, ask in the regular chat, somebody will get to you. Other than that, let's take a quick look at that. We have your cards here. Card stats was actually pretty decent. Let's see. Wow, this one level 1, but damn, the stats on it are awesome. The stats on this one are good. This one needs to be rerolled. That's the one you said you were working on. This one is pretty good. And this one is pretty good too. So yeah, it's good. Just reroll this card when you get a chance to get a good roll, and that'll be pretty good. Now if we look at your tier 3 character, first thing I'll check is if you buy paywall characters, you have a Carnage. So your next tier 3 should be Luna, Deadpool, then Thanos, in my opinion. Or Luna, Deadpool, and Captain Marvel, depending on the way you want. I know that a lot of people wants to have Thanos, but Thanos costs the price of 2 tier 3. So when you don't have a lot of tier 3, it's better to get 2 tier 3 than just getting Tennis to tier 3, because that will slow you down by so much by doing it that way. So always go for the cheapest tier 3 first, that are the most important, like Luna, Sharon, Captain Marvel, Captain America. Then you go with the more expensive Deadpool, Reed, those tier 2 native. Then you go with the more expensive Thanos. Right now is the most expensive. Now, if we look at what you're missing as tier 2 here, let's take a quick look here. Well, you need to finish work on this guy, obviously. That's one sure thing. Then after that, yeah, you gotta finish your Luna. That we already talked about that. Other than that, seems to be pretty decent. If you want to get the uniform, in-game uniform for her, she's a good character to work on. Korat, very good character, gets tier 2, best speed villain, 4 lines battle extreme. And that's pretty much it for now, buddy. So do this work, come back to me when it's done, and we can try to help you in progressing even more after that. Oh, that's the wrong one. You guys got a peek at my stats on my YouTube channel. Okay, next we have Rob Sonic. Hey, I'll have to ask you to check my cards. Sure. I always love a fast one, man. Only the cards. Good enough. Okay, here we have the cards here. Okay, that needs work or not? Oh yeah, that needs work. That's what I expected when I first saw it. Attack speed. You need attack speed. It's mandatory. If you don't have attack speed, all the characters with channeling ability or speed characters are going to suck. It's that simple. So if we look at your cards here, we got this card. This card needs to be rerolled to have either physical or energy attack at the last stats and attack speed on it at least. The optimal will actually have to have in more defense, attack speed, and energy attack on it. Now this card is very good. This card I'm not a fan. This card is good. We got all attack, max HP. This card is pretty good. So you only target to actually replace after re-rolling this one to get attack speed is to replace this card, and you actually want to replace it with a Punisher 19 cards, and you want to roll a cooldown on it and some extra attack on it. If we look at the option we can get on that Punisher cards, let's go real fast here. Cards collection, Punisher. Here we go. So you want a first bonus option, you want to have max HP. Second, cooldown. Third option, you want to have doesn't matter. And the last option, either all attack, energy attack, or physical attack. So basically what's important is the cooldown here and the attack here. So you're going to roll this card till you get cooldown and attack on it. And that's pretty much going to fix your attack speed with re-rolling your Loki cards. And it's that simple. That's all you need to fix your cards. And it's going to be doing a lot better. Trust me here. Okay, guys, the next one we have Legacy 09. Hey, I like a roster review too. Don't worry about cards. I'm working on them. Okay, so we're gonna look at the characters then. Another fast one, I guess. Why did I press cards here? I have to go back. Starco, you're terrible. Oh, the IGN is invalid here, buddy. You're gonna have to double check and be part of the next one because I cannot work with a non-working IGN, obviously. Sorry, buddy. Next we have AP MVP. We'll like to review mine. Tier 2 selector best choice Nebula. Card improvement. Currently working Cable Premium. Best next step to improve my ABX World Boss Ultimate Score. AP MVP. Okay. That's a lot of freaking question, bro. Oops. Already, friend. Okay, let's go find this fella. He's actually the one that recruited me in his alliance. Okay, here we go. So cards. So you work in the cable cards. I'm guessing you're gonna replace this card. Nice bonus option, but still not a big fan. Or this card. Yeah, I will replace this card. I'm not sure. Let's see all cards effect. Your defense is fine, so I'll replace this card here if you actually get the premium cable card. Now if we look at the rolls on this card is fine until you get better. This one, it's okay. This one is pretty decent roll, and this one, well, the bonus options are pretty crap. So, well, critical damage, max HP, I'll say it's good enough. So just replace this card with your cable cards when it's done, and that should be pretty good. Now, if we look at your roster, we got most of the important tier 3 here, right? Captain Marvel, yep. My guess will be your next is this guy. Yep. I think that's where you are standing, either this guy or Reed, but Captain America with his new endgame uniform is pretty much the same as Reed, so, well, Mr. Fantastic, prefer me to call him like that, so I'll go with Thanos here, next tier 3 if I were you. Now, tier 2 selector, let's take a look at what you're missing at tier 2 here. Not much as on what I can see here, that's for sure. Damn, bro. Okay, let's take a quick look. And Nebula is there. Let's see if there's a better option. You can not select this guy. No, it's just terrible. I was like, what's this uniform? I'm not used to see that uniform. Yeah, Nebula will actually be your only choice here that's viable for a tier 2 selector. So, yep. She's the perfect target for your tier 2 selector, buddy. And now for Alliance Battle Extreme and Wall Boss Ultimate, pretty much is just get CTPs, man. And then if I scroll up and I look at your stuff, it's all about CTP. You gotta get good cards and good CTPs to perform as high as possible in Wall Boss Ultimate. There's no trick to that, and it's executing proper skill rotation too. And that's pretty much the only thing you can do. You got 9 tier 3, so you got enough tier 3 to perform very, very well in World Boss Ultimate Islands Battle Extreme. Still missing, maybe a couple like Thanos and Magneto eventually for combat blast villain. But other than that, it's about builds. It's about CTP. It's about awakening all those ESO set, amplifying all those 6 stars hero. That's the only thing you can do at that point to actually improve. So you don't get as much attack on your cards. Here, didn't pay attention, but your attack is a little bit low. So by putting that cable card, it's gonna bring that up a little bit instead of that card, because that card is lacking a little bit of attack, obviously. So that's gonna help with that, but you do need to have better attack. So eventually replacing that card with something much, much stronger will be a good move too. Uh, so that's pretty much what you can do to improve for World Boss Ultimate in One's Battle Extreme. Now, if you have a specific character you want me to let you know what Obelisk is the best, as always, just ask in the regular chat and I'll help you, or somebody will help you as much as a possible AP MVP. Okay, next we have the last one. Cool. Bogdan, Starko, IGN, Fizzy, 123. Since I don't like to play with Sharon, who should I tier 3 next? Also, after endgame, so many characters gear rank up are discounted, and I feel like using tier 2 selector on them. I was thinking of using on a new Avenger character to get closer to CTP. I rather use biometric selector on those characters. It's so much better, as they're not really, a big focus here. So we're gonna check that. I can clear 40 plus World Boss Ultimate, excluding Thanos 5 times a day. Shall I spend Crystal to buy uniform characters? I am building to use Shell and Groot, Star-Lord, Ronan, or Save for CTP selector um, in Legendary Battle, and Magneto for Jean Grey. Honestly, until Jean Grey get an actual uniform, I do not recommend to go for a pack. That's the Epic West pack that are in order pretty much is number 1, the Fantastic Four pack, and number 2, if I'm not mistaken, is the Deadpool pack. And after that, they're not really worth getting anymore unless you are actually, we are going to get uniform for Magneto, or not Magneto, but Jean Grey, for example. So that's pretty much how I see it here. And now if we look at your roster to try to answer your question as much as possible. Okay, let's refresh those questions. Wrong place again. Okay, so okay, next tier 2. You did not want me to check your cards, right? Hopefully I'm not mistaken on that one. Okay, next tier 3. Let's take a look. You got Luna. You got Deadpool. Your next tier 3, in my opinion, if you get the endgame uniform, is this guy. If you don't, I'll go... Well, you don't want to go with Sharon, so Captain Marvel will be your best option. So Captain Marvel or Captain America will be your 2 best choices here, in my opinion. And now tier 2 selector. Let's take a quick look here. Trying to see what you have below here. The lowest the star on the character and the more valuable is the tier 2 selector, to be honest, because it can take characters that is 1 star and get it to tier 2 on the 1 hit, which is actually very, very awesome. You don't seem to have anything at the bottom though that's actually worth a tier 2 selector. So we're gonna go back up slightly here. Trying to see, and honestly, the priority, it's gonna be sad here, but I'll go with this guy. I think that will be your best choice. Everything else is easily farmable or with bios, shallow and biometrics. But this guy for the, as you were talking about, uh, the special mission quest, I think the quest pack, I think is going to be the best option for you to actually get to tier 2 because you require quite a lot of biometrics to get to tier 2. So I think that will be your best way if you were trying to get that CTP as fast as possible. That's what I'll do. It's sad to actually recommend you to use a tier 2 selector on Auckland, but I think that's your best choice here if that's what you're actually working on. Next we have, okay, yeah, okay, uniform. Uniform, honestly, wrong damn thing again. For uniform, I'll honestly just go with in-games uniform that are decent, that you don't have the Infinity War version so far. Like, well, this guy can actually use the Infinity War, was it? Yeah, was the Infinity War uniform that makes him pretty damn strong to get him to tier 2. Ronan will be a good choice too. Nebula, if you did not get her uniform yet, will be a very good choice. Your Iron Man, you're running Infinity War, you are good enough on him. Nebula, you got the uniform, so Hulk, if you want to use him in higher stage in Shadowland, the uniform from in game is actually very good uniform for him. So that's pretty much the, I think I just mentioned like 4 uniform that actually could be good here. It's pretty much a 4 uniform. While Captain America needs endgame. It's a huge improvement on him. I highly recommend it, especially that is tier 2. At tier 2, the endgame uniform will at least double your damage on your Captain America. So one of the most important uniform from endgame, one of the biggest upgrades from Infinity War to endgame is Captain America. So my recommendation will be this guy too. So I just mentioned 5 uniforms. Get the one you want, but priority number 1 will actually be the Captain America uniform. Number 2, the Star-Lord, because those are the 2 uniforms that's gonna make those characters makes a bigger difference on those characters, to be honest. So that's pretty much it. If you have specific question about Obelisk and Ezo set on specific characters, always let me know in the chat here. I'll always answer the question, guys. Again, if you want to get your roster review, all you gotta do is go in the description below the video, click on the Discord link. You're gonna join there. You go there and you enter your question with your IGN, and I'll get to you pretty much every week, guys. So again, don't forget to hit the sub and the like button, guys. It showed the support of the channel. It's awesome to see. And on that, Star Agent Starco Gaming is out.